Hey everybody, it's Matt from Junior Horror Movies, and welcome to another Top 10 Tuesday. This week I am doing Killer Vehicles Week. Pretty much these vehicles are all unmanned, meaning they're either possessed, they are just come to life to kill people, all that things, or maybe it's a creature. So no one's really driving these vehicles. So they are all different type of vehicles, not just cars. I don't have Duel in here, so if you're looking for Duel, I don't own that movie yet, so it's down the road. But without further ado, um, let's get on with the list. And starting at number 10 is called Crawler. Crawler is about a alien parasite that happens to take control over this bulldozer. Yes, this is almost like a remake of Killdozer, but by low budget, by Black Flag Distribution. Yes, it's from Canada. Low budget, killer bulldozer. It's got tentacles. It's got some weird things going on with this movie, but it's actually a lot of fun. I remember seeing this way back in the day on YouTube, where I saw the trailer and just could never find it anywhere. And I actually came across it. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta buy it. So yeah, Crawler, pretty cool. Almost like a remake of Killdozer. And I don't own Killdozer yet. I'm hoping they'll have a Blu-ray. Since Warner Brothers is putting their stuff out on Blue, I'm hoping that gets a Blue treatment. All right, number 9 is Phantom Racer. This is a sci-fi channel film about they were friends, but they were after the same girl. They're in a, like almost like a NASCAR circuit. They get into an accident. One of them dies, and it's kind of like the possessed spirit of the jealous one who happens to take control of his race car. And of course, the race car has a vendetta against the guy and goes after him and starts killing people around him and near him. Excuse me. So it's pretty much a killer race car movie. The car's not CGI'd, which was pretty cool. I liked how they did that. The Ghost, of course, was. But anything other than that, it was a pretty cool killer car flick for a made-for-TV movie. So it's a sci-fi channel too, which I thought was interesting. Some cool kills as well. So yeah, Phantom Racer, number 9. Number 8 is called I Bought a Vampire Motorcycle. Yes, it is a killer motorcycle, but it's kind of like a vampire cycle because it has these weird spokes near the tires that pierce the skin to drain the body. It is a possessed motorcycle of a satanistic gang leader, if I remember correctly. And of course, goes on this weird killing spree, goes after this one dude. It's a weird film, but it's fun. Oh yeah, the biker happens to be part of the Hells Angels. That's what it was. And yeah, it's a killer motorcycle movie, and I think this is, yeah, it's from the UK, the movie itself. But it's fun. I highly recommend checking out I Bought a Vampire Motorcycle. Some cool kills. Number 7, called Crash. This is put out by Full Moon Entertainment. Yes, this is from the 1970s. This is one of Charlie Brand's close to his first movies that he put out, I think through his own entertainment line before Full Moon came to be. And this one about a guy decides to attempt to kill his wife, and pretty much she has this weird totem from a flea market that she wanted to give him. Well, she's in a coma, and this totem actually gives her kind of these mental powers to take control of the car and go after the man and other people with this car. It's got a very high. It just crashes everywhere in this movie. So this car is pretty much driving from point A to point B. Point B being the person that she wants to kill. Whoever's in its way gets either run over or crashed to the side and blown up. I never heard of this movie, so I heard about it. I'm like, oh, I gotta check it out, and it did not disappoint. So it was fun. Number 6 is Trucks. At first, when I saw this movie, I saw it on, I think it was USA back in the late 90s. I remember when I was in college when I saw it. And I wasn't a big fan. So, years later, I finally picked it up again because I wanted for more killer vehicle movies. Gave it a watch, and I kind of found it a little more fun this time. And I remember 2 scenes in particular that weren't in the TV version where the one guy hanging from the electrical wires gets killed and the mailman getting killed by the remote control truck. I do not remember those two scenes at all. So I don't know if they were added on to the DVD or what, but again, takes place where this meteor crash landed. They're on I think like a tour group to try to find this meteor, like I don't know, a small little rest stop, and of course these trucks come to life and go after everybody. Again, for a made-for-TV movie, it not bad. Um, it's different. It kind of takes place based off of Maximum Overdrive, but I like trucks. All right, number 5 is Super Hybrid. Super Hybrid is a really cool creature feature esque type killer car movie where this car can go around and it can change its shape into other cars, which can lure people inside. Once inside, it devours you. The whole screen turns black. You start to hear screaming, and then all of a sudden now you're puddles of purple goo. Yes, it's a different take on a killer car film. Pretty much, the car was actually in an accident. They pull it into a compound that's like an underground garage unit. It's like 4 floors. So the car kind of rebuilds itself, and it kills a couple people here and there. So all these people are trapped in this underground garage unit, and they have to escape this uh, transforming, metamorphosing killer car. I like it. It was fun. Number 4 is Amok Train, also known as Beyond the Door 3, I think it was called. This is about a possessed killer train. Yes, wow. A bunch of college kids are on a kind of like a not a sabbatical, but they're on overseas. They're taking this class on. Uh, they're in Yugoslavia, and they kind of find out they witness a kind of a ritual. Well, they're part of the ritual, so they're trying to escape. They hop on this train. Well, the ritual possesses this train and kills people on the train. The students, along with like the conductor and other people, are all fair game in this killer train movie. It's actually a lot of fun. Mood 616 recommended it. I checked it out and I'm like, I loved it. Um, some cool decapitation scenes, interesting body melt scene. It's very gory but very good. And there's also a scene where there's people are they're on a kayak or something in a swamp. This train comes out of nowhere. It's hysterical, and they use model trains as well. You can tell some certain scenes were models, just goofy, like where the funds weren't available. They use models. So yeah, a muck train, a lot of fun. Number 3 is The Car. This one's the Scream Factory edition. I love this movie. This is from the late 70s, I think it is. 1977. Pretty much they're in this little desert, small little town. This car comes out of nowhere, and the car looks fantastic. I love the way this car looks. And it starts just running people over left and right. And of course, everyone's in trouble with this car. Uh, you don't know who's driving it. Just, great flick. I love when it crashes through the house. So yeah, the car. If you're thinking about picking it up, there's an Arrow out there and the Scream Factory. I got the Scream Factory edition. You can get the Arrow too. Both are great editions. I love the car. Number 2 is Maximum Overdrive. I know a lot of people don't like this movie. I love it. It's the old Anchor Bay edition. Of course, the comet passes through Earth. It's caught in the tail. All equipment starts going haywire. Killer cars, killer trucks, all things all over the place. And of course, people are trapped in this gas station. I love it. I remember seeing it back in the day. I love the soundtrack by AC/DC. They did it. The Killer Soda Machine was pretty funny. Again, not for everybody, but for me, I enjoyed Maximum Overdrive. I hope someday this gets a Blu-ray release at some point. This one is a little harder to find. So yeah, definitely if you find it, buy it. And that's Maximum Overdrive. And number 1, of course, is Christine. I don't know if it's the first killer car that actually got really important, but this is the '58 Plymouth Fury that comes to life, based on the Stephen King novel. And well, technically, the guy is driving this car, so I had to put this in there because it is a killer car, but it does regenerate by itself. It moves on its own, so technically it fits the list. So take it or leave it. But Christine is Christine. I love Christine. All right, guys, that is my list. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments down below, and love to hear your thoughts. Later, guys. Peace.